Welcome everyone. This is Will, KMAC Vintage. The nice Tuesday morning here in Cayman Islands. Looking outside the window. It looks like it's gonna be a nice clear day. Maybe not so hot. Later on, I gotta run into town. Hopefully, I'll get my surprise package for everyone and be able to start working on that items. Hoping I will get it. So yesterday I spent a good few hours trying to problem solve my CX. I mean, the board was working fine. I did the videos on actually recapping it and everything, and it was just a matter of putting it together and just putting it away for now until I can get back to it. So, I was testing it to make sure it was working right, that the board was okay. And I come across where as soon as I plug it into power, it would just turn on. And the power buttons didn't seem to do a thing. And I went and looked and looked and looked, and it just couldn't figure it out. I changed, like the CI has those 4 diodes and those 2 transistors that are there on the power circuit that cause problems. And it's got the LS132 and the LS74 chips there. Those always give issues, and they really corrode bad. So on the CX, they also have them, and a couple more. So I switched all those around, put on new ones, cleaned them good. Because once I take them off, I'm not gonna put back the same old one. I mean, if I have a new one, they're not that expensive. I mean, they're 0.013 cents for an actual transistor for one of those diodes. And anyway, or is it 13 cents? It don't matter. But anyway, I switched them all around, put on new ones, cleaned it good, checked traces, not a same thing. Took off the LS132s and the 74, cleaned them. Those I put back, and still the same problem. So then I went back and I switched those chips to some new ones. Same problem. So I was like, damn man, what is happening here? So I then was like, let me start checking some things, and I went and checked capacitors and to make sure that they're to the right orientation and so forth. And I get to these 210 microfarad capacitors on the power rail. I don't have it here with me. I can show you right now. I'm sorry. But the funny thing was that I was getting ground on the positive side of the capacitors. And I look at the board and I see that the print is correct. I mean, well, the actual print is showing me that I put on that cap correctly. I mean, the curved side, the plus on the board is where the capacitor's line is, and that line represents the positive side, right? We all know that on these tantalum capacitors. So I was like, this is strange. But then I remember on Branca's Creations wonderful website, Recap a Mac, and his resources for the CX. He states something that the capacitors go on backwards, that there's an error on the actual screen print of the board. And I remember that, and I went back to it, and let me see if I can find it and I can show you all. That thing you create getting bad. Okay, CX. Okay. Yes, you see here he says, please be aware that the original version of this guide was incorrect. The two 10 microfarad 16-volt caps were placed with the wrong polarity. The screen printing on the logic board indicates that these caps should have positive to the right, but the original caps have positive to the left. The original placement of the caps is correct as the guide below. So when I look, yeah, you see, the actually screen, let me add a screenshot where let me add a window capture where I can. Okay, here we are. Oh, sorry, I can't scroll that one. I gotta go scroll this one. Okay, why can't I get that to come up now? Okay. All right, there we are. So we can see now that he says it right here in this piece that says the update. And then when you look further down, you see those two caps that are blue. These two down here, the positive is to the front of the board to the left, but the screen print on the board has the positive on to the right. So when I put on the caps, I put them on with the positive to the right, and that's wrong. It needs to go positive to the left, to the front of the board, which will then make the board work correctly. So those two caps were my problem. My 2 hours that I spent doing other work, I could have saved by just doing it this way. Anyway, it is a lesson learned, but anyone working on a CX, just be aware of this, that those two caps down there need to, those two blue ones on the left, let's say 10 UF 16 volts, that is your culprit. So hopefully with that y'all can prevent some problems if you are working on a CX for yourself. Anyway, this video is not about the CX. This video is about my VX. Now the VX is the faster version of the VI. The VI, I have done some videos repairing 2 of those boards, and I have 1 more coming back. The VX is the version that has the cache built on and some other benefits. So let me go to my desk view here, and you can see my VX that's on my bench. There it is. By the way, I'm gonna try to screen print one of these today, but I don't think it will work because the, well, not screen print, 3D print. Thing is that a lot of this is flexible, and my resin is a bit too hard. It won't flex. I need to get a resin that is flexible, that has some. You see, this whole thing is flex. I mean, if I go print it with the resin I have, it's gonna snap. Anyway, let's move on. This is my VX board. It works the way it is. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It was very dusty in the computer, and the power supply too over here is very dusty. You can still, I think you can still see some of the dust in there. I haven't cleaned it yet. But I'm not gonna recap the power supply. I don't think it really needs it. They're pretty reliable, these. The board has not leaked, but I'm still gonna go ahead and replace these six caps. Let me zoom in a little bit. I'm way out here. Okay. Okay, so this works. I mean, if I go plug it in, it's plugged in. Go with power. There, it's coming on. I don't have a speaker right now, so I'm not gonna. I put all my speakers away. Can you believe that? I need a bench speaker, so I should use the monitor. I'll see it up on the monitor. I have the gray screen. I have the cursor, meaning I have the pointer. It's moving. OS booting. Mac OS is going into 7.5.5. And let's go to my hand cam. I don't have a video capture, so I need to do it this way. There we are. We're coming up right next to my Windex and my other debris that's up there. Anyway. So you see, we're up and running. There's no problem with this. If I go into Tech, yeah. Okay, there. Oh, there I am. IIvx. Okay. So we are working. So really, I don't have any issues with this board at this point. I know the sound works because let me get you some sound. It's just four edge screws I need to undo. Give me a second here. I'm stealing the speaker from the case. You know what? I'm gonna build something. It's got a speaker in it. That's always on my desk somewhere. There's a speaker sitting somewhere with a long cable that I can plug it into anywhere that I am. All right, let's do a shutdown. Okay, you see board turned off. Now I got my speaker that I just stole from the case. Turn back on. Let's do it with the keyboard. That was very faint though, but it was there. Very faint. Here we are coming back up. It's still booting. And there we are. Let's get some sound. Control panel. Sound. The volumes, let's turn that up. There we go. Alert sounds. Steve's favorite. I don't know why that's so. Okay, so we have sound. We know that works. All right, so let's get this all disconnected. I need to go today and get my package. I need to go buy some more SD cards. I've had 4 SD cards get the strange thing on them where they're 16 gigs. It turns out I don't know how he gets it because I don't use these SD cards anything other than Blue SCSI, and with my Mac or my PC here. And they get this file on them called abcd.iso, and only 1.86 gigs. And whatever I do, I cannot erase it, I cannot repartition it, I can't do nothing with that SD card. Okay, and it just, and then I have some other ones that I can format, I can do everything. I put the images on and everything. I put them into the Blue SCSI, and Blue SCSI will not see it. I mean, it just does not register with the actual Blue SCSI. I just don't get it. So I'm saying, well, what the F? Forget it. Dump them. Go out and buy some more because they are cheap enough. So anyway, so let's get this board ready. Yeah, on those SD cards. I mean, I'll go later and go to the store. I gotta get them. I hopefully can get my package. Let's see. Where are we with gaps? Yeah. Okay. Let me get my two pieces of shield that I use. They're both right here. Let's go to the scope view. You see my nice coffee cup there. Here we have two caps. I'm gonna zoom out so you can see the bigger view. Wonderful view, wonderful view. What do I have? Same thing. Okay, all these, this board has 647/16s on it. And it's got two axials, two 2016s. The two axials I'm going to leave. I'm not going to take those off. They look very good. But these here, I want to try to get off. I'm trying to just figure out a way that I can put these where. Yeah, I think I can do it that way. I'm going to use some cheaper flux here on this one to help it. Okay, hot air time. Yeah, come here. All these wires and cables on desks. Basic tweezers will do. Hot air, my hot air is set at 475 temperature, and the airflow is at I have a scale on mine that is 1 to 8, and I have it set at about 7. And this time here, because of the plastic, I want to flow a certain way. I want to try to not melt that SCSI. And that's the first one I want to try to get off because I'm worried about that SCSI. That's why I'm flowing in the opposite direction. And take that one off. I'm a bit more at ease now with that plastic melting. Okay, so those two are off. And boy, that cap is smoking. All right, now let's move on to the next two. The next two right there. I don't really have any plastic in the way. I'm gonna put down my cheap flux. I don't like the smell of this flux, so. And nice pop. And I should loose. Loosey loose. Or loose loosey. Those two are off. Let's go on to this next one. Right there. Here I am gonna bring my shields back. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. And the last one, I should go. No, you can't see. There it is. Let's see what that does without flux. Let's protect that thing. Ooh, that one popped open. You see that? Huh. Look at that. Dry, dry inside. Now, recently I've seen some videos out there on the internet of some people recapping boards, taking out the caps. And they use a freaking plier and they twist the cap off. I'm like, oh my God, talk about ripping pads. And to me, that is awful. That's not the right way of doing it. That is. Okay. It's getting a bit warm in here with the. Let me turn on my AC. I know it's too early. Normally I don't turn it on this early, but because I was using hot air, it's a bit rough. Okay, so since we're looking at this one pad right here, we're gonna go ahead and fix this one first. Oh yes, there has been leakage around here. Let me zoom in and you can see better. Y'all see all that gunk? Maybe a good focus for me, then I'll fix for you. Okay, you see all that gunk? Look at all that gunk around there. You can see where it changed color, it's a bit yellowish. But the ultrasonic cleaning will let you take care of that. A lot of that is dust also. I wonder if I... No alcohol or nothing yet. This is just plain brush. I think it's caked on. So let's go ahead and heat up my soldering iron. Let me dump the 6 caps in the garbage. Start our cleaning. I think what I might do is just as we clean, I put it back right away. That way I don't have to come back to it. Got my 6 caps ready. Let's put down some flux here. Get my wick ready. Clean the soldering tip. While you're cleaning it, you're gonna get it dirty anyway. Yeah, but you need to clean it. Here we go. And I take some solder first as a ball because that adds some insulation and makes it easy to clean. Gives me something hot to work with. Again, I'm going to clean off that ball now off my solder, and then I come with my wick and use it as a light abrasive and pick up that solder. There's some carcasses of some animals, and that one is nice and clean. See? Positive is up here, positive is towards the front of the board. On this one, this way is the back. Okay. Clean my solder tip. What temperature am I at? I'm at 300. Get some solder on my tip. Where did my tweezers go? Yeah, I can use this one. I need to reposition the board. I can't solder this angle. So let's take a ride. Here we go. Positive mark to the front, 47.6. And we are down. I hold it, I push down. I want to make sure it's good and flush. I heat it up again. And that one is good. I put a little bit more solder back on. come the other side. Yes, left-handed. For the little bit of solder ball I gotta put down, that's more than enough. And we're down. That one is in place. A little brushy with some alcohol. We're good. I'm just cleaning some other areas here. Okay, that one done. I'm gonna leave the board at this angle. I'm gonna reposition it and then reposition my scope. And we can go and get these two. I'm trying to keep it level for you so that you're not crazy orientation. Since I'm cleaning, I'll use the cheaper flux. And again here, I'm gonna clean my tip. Solder ball time. See, it cleans up nicely. This flux not as good. That's why I use it just for cleaning. Okay, those look good. Clean off the excess. Again, my number one favorite tip is a beveled. You can see that this is beveled. I've been using it for ages. A little bit more coffee. 744. Okay, let's get the wick. Let's get this cleaned up. Yeah, cleaning up nice and pretty. Okay. Cut off this excess. How's my CPU usage? Good, good. I also, previous files, I tell you, they were, previous videos I did, the file sizes were like huge, 10 gigs, 26 gigs. So I come to find out that my frame rate was set to 60. So once I reduced that, the file sizes became better. Look how nice and clean those pads are. Beautiful. Okay, so I want to dry it off a little bit. I just use a tissue and I just tap it. See, nice and clean. Some flux. Again, these two also positive. Positive is that way towards the front of the board, towards the right. Okay, I need 2 caps. I'm putting them on the board, but they're off view. Okay. So now, because these are here and I need some space, I'm gonna off center them a little bit, just so I have room for the soldering iron to actually get in there. So I'm going to take the first one. I'm going to do that back one. Okay, so instead of being right in the middle, I'm going to come a little bit back so I have some more room. Not too much. I want some more solder on that. I want a higher bridge or a higher pyramid on the side there. There we go. I'll grab the other one and I'm going to do that one up here. I got enough room. Bit more solder. Okay, we're good. So one side is all done. Let's go now left-handed. Let's come to this middle one first. Push it down. See, and the solder just transfers. It just moves beautifully over. The flux and the clean pads really help with that. Okay, so oh yeah, we forgot a single. That's only 3 done so far. Okay, we need to go back to that one and get that one. Okay, that is 3 done. We are halfway. A little bit of clean here. There we go. Those are down. Beautiful. Let's go to that one that we missed. And should be right there. And it's one I gotta turn the board for. Now this one here, positive, is towards me, towards the viewer, towards the bottom of the screen. So cheap flux. Cleaning flux, let's just call it that, cleaning flux. This is my cleaning flux. None of it is cheap. Solder ball. There we go. Solder ball. Okay. Clean off the solder ball. Wick time. And here we go. That wick did something funny there. Look at that. Look at how that braid is. Yeah, we had some leakage here too because you can see it. You can see the corrosion. You can see some of the juice. These 2 chips. Well, the ultrasonic cleaning will take care of that. Okay, so we're there. I'll do a little bit of cleaning. Okay, I have to turn the board. Let's take a microscope ride. Good view. Amtech flux. Cap. Clean off my solder tip. Normal routine, guys. Normal routine. This is not that difficult. I put a little bit too much solder, I think. We'll find out. Cap is just right off view. There it is. This one I'm going to come more towards the right, towards the positive, because of that plastic there when I come in with my soldering iron. So I'll give a bit less space over here and more over there. And I'm going to try to come in also at an angle. See, I'm going to come in this way. And I have a nice bridge. I'm going to check that trace. That trace looks a bit weak. So let's do a clean here. Only 2 more caps to go. Look at that trace. That looks good. There's just some dirt on it. For y'all to see what I'm looking at, let's zoom in. Okay, you see that on that trace. So let's see if we can expose it and see. That black one up there I don't like too much, but it's a very hard angle for me to get at. So matter of fact, I'm going to turn the board. Try to get it from this view. There we are. We're good. It's just a little bit of corrosion starting. You have a good focus. Okay, so we're nice and clean there. That's that little brush there. Dry it. I'm gonna tin it. So I have some flux still. I have some solder still. I need to zoom out though. This is a bit too close for me to. Is it? Here. I have to come in at an angle. Nothing I can do about that. I melting plastic. All right, that'll stay like that. I don't want to melt too much. What I melt is right here. You can see that a little bit right there. So we'll come and fix it. We will. Always fix what you messed up. There we go. We're good now. Okay, so we're good. Let's go to the last two caps. And they fell out of the tray, but they're right there. And the last two are up here. The last two are right there. So, matter of fact, I'm going to turn this, since I'm right-handed. I want to bit awkward for me because I'm just gonna sit back with my gut. But it's safer for the plastic for me to come in. I come in from the right to the left to the SCSI port that's here, so I won't damage anything. Get my solder ball. Nice big solder ball. See it? You see the ball there? That just helps to clean everything up. Okay. Now we are gonna, let me get rid of that bad piece of the, okay. Nice, clean. Look at that, beautiful. I think we're done with the wick. Piece, put that away. We do a little cleaning. This should clean up and dry nice. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful pads. Okay, we put down, now I'm going to do one of these at a time. Because again, because of that difficult position that they're in, so close to the plastic. Put some solder on my tip. Get the first cap. The positive side is towards the right. And this cap too, I'm going to give more space to the back side, so the front will be a very small connection. Okay, we're down. Now, I'm going to turn the board. Try to get in there with the least possible chance of damage. Okay. Now, this one here, you see my solder tip bevel point. I can't really come in this way because it's not going to get beveled. So I'm going to come in with it with the back side. Okay, so I can then just tap it down. And that means that I gotta put the solder on the back side of my iron. Okay, because I don't want to melt any of this plastic. And there we are. That's it. We're down. See? And since I'm here, I might as well finish this one. Now this one, I can come in with the beveled side. This time now, the positive is to the left. Okay. And instead of rotating the board, I'm just going to do it left-handed. And there we are. There we are. That's it. We are done soldering. I'm already cleaning up and putting away some of these things. Okay. All right, and the two axials, so you know why. See, these are in very good condition. I don't think I need to change them. I don't see any leakage. The axials really don't leak. Yeah, I don't see any. The infamous swim. Okay. Shall we test? Let's put away the hot air. I hate all these cables. Ay, ay, ay. Get some more coffee there. Okay, let's switch to desk view. Here we are, folks, desk view. We are going to yeah, we're going to connect this up. RAM. Has RAM on board, but let's go ahead and put this in too. Boy, these 30-pin sockets are getting hard to find. Okay, so there we are. I know for you this is angled. I'm so sorry. But it's easier for me to work. The speaker that we stole from the case. Let me see if I can bring the microphone a bit closer. That way then you can hear the speaker going off. Okay, where are we? What am I missing? Anything? No, let's turn on. Oh yeah, oh, there was a speaker. And we have video coming up. If I go to my hand cam, there we are. You know what? Let me do something here. Let me add video capture device, existing hand cam. That way I don't have to switch. Okay, there we are. There's my wonderful hand cam. Then we can deactivate it. It's hidden. It's still there. I can bring it up whenever I want. Cool. So we are working. This machine is good. I do gotta test the floppy, the CD-ROM drive. I think that's a caddy one that I may have to recap. I don't know if I have the caps though for it. But yeah, this one, the caps are good. ROM is good. Memory is good. Don't have any problems with it. It's just very dirty. I do need to ultrasonic clean it, but I'll do that when I'm gonna be home. Because today I have to run out. Hopefully get my package. Hopefully I will be able to get those goodies and I can show them off with y'all. So anyway, I want to shut down this machine here. Okay, I want to move this out of the way. Good with that board. Into the whole caddy mechanism. That's a tray load CD-ROM drive. This is the 300 unit. It looks like it. It looks like it's the 300 because it is actually tray load. Sony doesn't have the Apple number on it. More than likely, once I open it up, it looks so familiar. Once I open it up, I'll be able to actually tell. So I have that to work on, and the floppy. Please tell me all did not screw it down. Hard drive works, so Bigger's not always better. All that's left on here is the hard drive. The floppy. Oh my god. Oh my god. One of the ones that has that plastic casing around it. Plastic casing in some situations is great. In some situations it's terrible. And I think this is going to be one of the terrible ones. You see, out here nice and clean, but inside it captured all the dust. I just held it in there. See that? You see the layers of dust on this thing? Look at that. Ugh. But the bottom is pretty nice and clean. But it's easy to clean. These things are not that bad. They're very durable. The one I didn't tell y'all. The one of the CX I just finished. So slow. Okay. The heads, you see how this is nice and flat now, and it's putting pressure on because it's got a spring back here, and this piece of copper here, or it looks like copper and so forth. It's also spring loaded, so it helps keep the head pressure down because it needs pressure on both ends. It needs it the bottom and top to squeeze on the disc for it to write. Okay, the one of the CX, this thing was so far up, okay, that I mean it was really the top of the case that covers it was actually holding it that it wouldn't pop up more. But I fixed it. I got it back down. I got the pressure increased, the tension. I brought it back down. So, and this one looks very dirty too, but it's not that difficult. It's an easy thing. I mean, I can tell right away they're gonna be a problem because look how slow. Let me get it in a good view for you. Okay, so now you see the whole thing. All right. First, I gotta move this out of the way. Then I just gotta push this out. Look how slow that's gonna go down. See that? That's because that grease that they have in here has dried up and become very sticky. See? Look. See how slow it takes to move and go down? It won't even go down all the way. Look at that. It's not even locking back in place. There. Okay, now it's locked back in place. So as soon as I move this, I gotta move this one out of the way. And then I can push this out. See how slow, and it hasn't even gone down all the way. It still has more to go. Look at that. Okay, I'm sure those heads are dirty. The gear, I don't know about. Let's see how easy this moves. That definitely needs some movement. So, on that last one, boy, I tell you, on that CX, I had this head out by loosening these two screws that are holding it down on that rod. I had these screws out, I had all this out, and then I had to put it back together. So it's a very delicate work, but it can be done. You can save them. I've had some break too on me. I mean, it's not always actually success, but it can be done. So, but anyway, I'll do that off camera. I mean, I've got a video on floppy repairs. Maybe I'll come back and I'll do a video on this one because everyone has different techniques, different ways of doing things. So, but let me go get some breakfast. It is 8:17 here in Cayman. And planning to leave home around 9:30, 10 o'clock to go do some things. So maybe I got enough time that I can have some breakfast, do another video of cleaning this floppy, get ready to go, and then get ready to go. So let me come back to my speaker view. Anyway, folks, thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video of recapping that VX board. I will continue doing the minor things I still need to do for that board, well, for that machine. I will not be doing retro brighting and that right now, and because I just got too many things on my plate. I need to get some more boards done. So y'all have a great day, and I will see you all on the next videos. If you like this one and appreciate it, thumbs up. If you're not happy with it and don't like the content or just want to be a pain, you're welcome to click on that dislike if you like. It is your choice. But comments, I would love them, and appreciate positive feedback or even criticism. Let me know what I'm doing wrong, what you don't like, because we all learn from that. I mean, I don't think criticism in certain fashion is actually negative. It's all learning. Anyway, thank you, folks. Have a great day. Bye bye.